Hello and welcome to our Operating Systems Lab project. I am Chintan, Udani, the team leader of Group 1, guided by Dr. Rutvij Jhaveri sir. The team members of these projects are Nakum, Vipul Chaudhary, myself Chintan Udani, Jenish Modh, Shreya Panengadan and Disha Dugad. Our application simulates 4 of the various CPU scheduling algorithms. On our home screen, we have 3 cards giving us a brief explanation of CPU scheduling, preemptive scheduling and non-preemptive scheduling. So what is CPU scheduling? CPU scheduling is a process which determines that which process will be executed in the CPU and how much time maximum the CPU will execute the process and how maximum utilization is possible through it. So we have two different methods. First one is non-preemptive, and our app in non-preemptive showcases two different methods: first come first serve and shortest job first. So non-preemptive is a technique in which whatever the process is already running in the CPU is in the running state. No other process can preempt or stop the running process. The running process will be completed fully, and then only the second process will be able to come and run into the CPU. So let's explore our first come first serve. So on the first come first serve, we have a briefing of what is the first come first serve algorithm, and we even have the step by step algorithm of how first come first serve is executed. So now let's try to simulate it. So as you can see on the screen, by using this plus button we can add different number of processes, and by using the minus button we can delete the different number of added processes, and using the simulate button it will simulate our application. So let's see a small demo over here. So as you can see, we have received our Gantt chart and the output table, and yes, so this is the final Gantt chart and the output table we have received for our inputs. So we will now move on to SJF, which is our second non-preemptive algorithm. So what is SJF? SJF will consider the shortest job first. That means that whichever process has the shortest burst time will be considered and run first, and then the second process will arrive and then it will run. No preemption will take place as it is a non-preemptive algorithm. So here we are given the brief description of shortest job first and step-by-step algorithm for the same. So now we will move on to simulation of it. So let's simulate it. So as we can see, we have received the Gantt chart and the output table for the same. In the output table you can even see the average waiting time and average turnaround time is being calculated and shown to users. So now we will move on to the preemptive technique. So how preemptive scheduling works? So preemptive scheduling works by dividing the time slots of the CPU. So that means that whichever the process which is in execution in the CPU, if the shortest process which has the shorter burst time than it will preempt the first process and it will execute first. So whichever process has the least burst time will be executed first, and remaining will be executed next in the preemptive. Also, the process of the burst time will be placed in the ready queue and it will execute whenever its next chance comes. So let's jump over to the shortest remaining time next technique. So here we have given the brief description of shortest remaining time next, and even we have given the step-by-step algorithm for the same. So how this will work? The shortest remaining time next will select the process with the shorter burst time first, will execute them, and rest of the process will remain in the ready queue and they will be executed whenever their turn will come. So now let's go to the simulation. So we are going to add 3 processes over here. So as you can see, we have received the Gantt chart and the output table for the same, and the average waiting time here calculated is 2.0 and the average turnaround time is 5.66. So now we will see the round robin preemptive CPU scheduling algorithm. So here we have given the brief description of round robin, and we have also given the step-by-step algorithm for the same. So now we will see what is round robin. So round robin follows the given time quantum and executes each process exactly in that particular time quantum. Suppose if user gives time quantum as 4, so each process will exactly execute the 4 seconds and each process will get a chance, and all the process which are waiting will get back to the ready queue to wait for their next turn. So let's simulate it. So as we can see, we have received the Gantt chart, and we can even see that each process is exactly executing for the 2 seconds, 3 seconds, because we have provided the time quantum as 3, and we can also see the output table in which the average waiting time states 7.33 and average turnaround time also states 7.33.
Moreover, we also have implemented one extra feature which help us to navigate through the app using voice command. So let's see it. Here are given some commands. Using that we can navigate through the different algorithm simulation. So let's try one. Simulate round robin. So like this you can navigate through any of the algorithm, and for the code you can find link in description box. So this was from our side. Thank you.